to shine. And we find that all the time in our neighborhood. We find kids who just might need a little bit of encouragement. They might need to know that adults care about them and will put their hands around them and usher them to a new day. And that's really our mission. So everything that we do, all the adults plays that we do, we set this up so that we can create this program and have these kids learning from an early age that you are somebody and this is how you express yourself positively.
And so in a real sense, you're reaching out within the community and you're bringing children that might not have been that encouraged in their home situation, but now you're making that kind of encouragement and you're seeing some good results, I would imagine.
I'm seeing some amazing results. I've got kids who I can put in front of anybody, hundreds and thousands of people who a year before were shy about saying their name and who wouldn't look you in the eye and wouldn't shake their hand. And we've got success stories like that. One of the reasons why I did jump on the rooftop was to kind of protect some of our kids. And to be frank, a lot of times in the world of nonprofit management, people say, well, you get the little kids, you put them up, you make people feel sorry for them, and then you get people to write checks, and that's the game that you play. Well, we don't want to play games like that with our kids because some of our kids, again, come from great families where mom and dad are there. Some of our kids come from families where they hadn't seen their mother or father. People are in substance abuse situations or domestic violence situations. I don't think as an artistic and executive director that by me putting them up there and embarrassing them again by putting a face on what we're doing to make people feel guilty about giving is an effective way. I think it's more effective to build community by saying, we have this program going on. Why don't you come and give us a hand and just help because it's the right thing to do.
And if that's not, you decide to take to the rooftop, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And tell me, really, we've got about 2 minutes in this segment, but tell me, I mean, how did you come to that final decision to do that? I mean, that was a very, very unusual and a very bold kind of decision to make, and there's a stipulation that you talked about having to have so much money. So, God,
yes,
how did that come about?
Well, we decided, and the board of Amun-Ra, it's a nonprofit professional theater ensemble with a strong mission. We decided that we needed something, especially in this recessive environment, to help grow our program, to expand our academy year-round. And so we were trying to come up with ideas. And it hit me that what our community needs, what our kids needs is a little bit of self-sacrifice. So I said, well, look, I'll go get a tent and I'll go live on the roof. And I will stay there until we get $30,000. So on some level, it was one person doing something, but more than that, the important thing was people in the community came out and showed our kids that they would get me off the roof. And that's the most important thing. People came from Bellmead to public housing all together to make this happen and send a message.
And it really was a message, too, because I think that a lot of folks heard about this who probably would not have had an opportunity to hear, nor an opportunity to give, but your willingness to do something like that, which was unusual. Well, it's not unusual because, you know, when you talk about sit-ins and freedom rides and all of that kind of activity, that's about the same kind of activity that you're involved in when you're really putting your own person at risk in doing such things, and so we're just glad to have been able to hear about that. And
yes, sir.
I'm sure that after this second commercial break, we'll come back and you'll talk about some additional things. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.